Hello, hello. Welcome or welcome back. I am Gina. It's been a few days. Um, Sorry, it was very smoky, but I've just been. I apologize in advance. I'm hoping that the outside noise is not too loud. I have some music going in the background, hopefully to try to mask out some of the sound. But I do have my window open slightly because I've been saging everything. But how's everybody feeling? It's we made it to Friday finally. I even had PTO this week, and I still feel like it was just a very long week. I've definitely been feeling the hermit mode lately, and I've really just been doing a lot of internal stuff. And but yeah, so it's been a few days. I had the day off today. Made it to a yoga class this morning, and just been kind of going through some things, still working on purging some things. But yeah, so I wrote down a bunch of things that's been coming through. So I'll start with just some random things, and again, don't know significance. If this doesn't have any significance to you, then just leave it. But this could just be confirmation or just more synchronicity to let you know that there could be something here for you, or it could just be again your guides letting you know that that they are with you. So definitely been seeing and getting, well, dreams have just been super vivid, super weird. But as soon as I wake up, and I've been waking up throughout the night a couple different times, and I'll remember something, but then I roll back over and I go right back to sleep, and then by the time I wake up again for the final wake up, I lost it. So I've been trying to get better about even if I'm just putting it right in my phone when I wake up, so that way I can go back later and look a little bit more into it or see if anything happened throughout the day. I don't know, sometimes you get premonitions, and sometimes it really happens during the day, but other times it seems like there's a lot of kind of deeper kind of subconscious stuff coming up again, stuff that maybe you thought you already worked through, but it's resurfacing. So definitely, if that is happening for you as well, definitely encourage writing and journaling, automatic writing, something that I'm also trying to get back into. And again, just getting it out. I mean, I call it a brain dump. Just whatever you're thinking, whatever's coming through, just kind of get it out on paper, just as a way to release it from the mind. I know the mind can get overwhelming, overstimulated. So again, just as a way to get it out, whether you crumple something up, throw it away, burn it, or just leave it on the paper and look back at it later. Also, again, don't know if this means anything to anyone, but mermaids, sharks, whales, dolphins, sea turtles, birds or feathers, and kind of big birds, not Big Bird from Sesame Street, but big birds crows or ravens or hawks, or but the noisy kind that let you know they're there. Definitely been hearing a lot of crows. Also books. You may be feeling more drawn to reread books or buy books, or I apologize. Gotta love living on a main road, but you may be drawn to again, like I said, to reread books, or to start reading a book maybe that you've had but haven't read yet. Just something about words, and but it's the deep stuff. It's not a juicy magazine. It's deep, philosophical type things. And like I said, I was definitely feeling the hermit. I know some other people that when I've talked to them, it seems like that's a collective thing. So just hearing that, to reach out to the people in your life. You know, it's okay to have those phases where you know, you're not really going out and that kind of thing, especially in the winter. I feel like that's a big thing. But now that we're getting to spring, again, just reaching out, if in person, even better. Um, you know, physical touch is so important, and we just keep getting further and further away from it as a society, I feel like. So, um, you know, maybe it's just making a phone call or a FaceTime or even a text message or something. But I think the more personal and like the more real and visceral, I think that's definitely got a lot of power there. And you may also be feeling or have been feeling kind of, I know I said it in like the last video, just like this sense of like overwhelm and just almost like you want to like restart, like hit the restart button and like start over, like new job, new house, move, like just kind of you know, take all the things that you've learned and like your experiences and all that, but just kind of like blank slate it, you know, and maybe like shave your head or like something, just getting that kind of where you just want to like start from scratch. And I think it's just very important to, it's okay to feel that way, but just, you know, do you but definitely think it's worth not jumping the gun and doing those kinds of things without a plan and thought out. Like, you don't want to do anything too impulsive right now. Definitely feel like this is the time to just like stop and assess and like again do some like internal work and just kind of figure out like maybe why you're feeling those types of ways, or what specifically is bothering you. If it's like a job, is it you know, the work-life balance, is it just not feeling fulfilled? That's a huge, I think everybody can kind of relate to that, you know, you could feel exhausted all the time, and it's likely because you're out of alignment with what you're supposed to be doing. We do what we think we're supposed to be doing, or we do what we thought we wanted to do, and maybe it was what we wanted to do at one point, but as we're evolving and changing, you know, we have to kind of we have to look at that too and just see where we can make changes and what we need to realign with what we want, and maybe we have to figure out what we want. So I think that's like a big thing. When I pulled cards last night, that actually came up a couple of times, two different decks. I got the, and I'm sorry, I'm looking down just so I don't forget, but in the Nature's Whispers deck, I got the Catch Your Breath, and that also came out a couple times in February. And then I got the Pause card right after that. And again, that was, you know, just confirms to like kind of stop and like check in, kind of assess how things are going, what's not working. This is kind of the time, you know, I keep bringing up the seasons and this being in this period of time where we really shouldn't be doing anything. Like, you know, there's a season for everything, and this, you know, to me, if we're saying like spring is where you're trying to plan and get things in order for the next phase or the next stage or, you know, season, that's where we're at now. So now's the time where we should be doing, you know, it's not enough just to kind of hope for it or wish for it, or, you know, we have to do the work too. But it's, again, you have to figure out what you're working towards or what you want. So I think that's a big thing. And then in my Moonology deck, I also, the only card that fell out was the last quarter moon in Cancer, and that message was take a breather. So again, I think that was multiple times that keeps coming up. So again, I just thought that that was like a big thing. Number wise too, just as far as like kind of random things, 6s and 9s have been coming out a lot. 11s, 1s or 1111, 555, 222, 333. You may see repeating numbers like that. And I would just encourage, again, just, take note of when it's happening. If you have, even if you have to just put it in your phone at the time and just see, like, what you were doing at the time, or if just to kind of interpret what the messages are saying. I'm so sorry, it's getting a little smoky. So yeah, just kind of like take note of what your thoughts are at that particular time, what you were thinking, what you were doing. If anybody, maybe a loved one comes to mind, once you acknowledge it, if you see it on the clock, or again, once it registers that you're seeing that number, kind of take note again, just to kind of, feel more into it. Also was getting, I kind of mentioned it too, just about like the spring cleaning and the decluttering, and I just heard like it's time to clear the clutter. It's time to get rid of the junk, clear the crap. So maybe you've already been starting to do this. I know typically a lot of us do this in the spring anyway, but maybe you're already getting started. But keep that up, because again, we're in this period where, especially, I don't think I mentioned it yet, but this weekend coming up, we have the new moon in Pisces on Sunday, and we also have our spring forward. So again, this is kind of, as we're moving into the next season, Aries season, that's kind of like a new beginning. That's like a fresh start, almost like a new year, even though we tend to celebrate the new year in January, beginning of the calendar year. So again, just lots of like new beginnings. I know I had mentioned that in previous videos as well. But I think, like I said, this is the time to like make space for things that will be coming our way. So definitely declutter. That could be physical clutter. It could be the mental clutter. Maybe we just, again, with that like releasing of writing things down, or screaming, or hitting, or I don't know, whatever that looks like to you. Just to kind of get things out. And the other thing too is just like breaking up I felt so drawn to like open my window today, just because I feel like the air was just like stagnant, and that's how our energy is too. It gets stuck and stagnant, and we just need to like release and break it up and like transmute it however we can. So just feel very much like, if you notice, I'm actually sitting on the couch today. So I've been sitting on the floor a whole lot lately, which I don't normally do, and I'm okay while I'm doing it, but I just went to the chiropractor earlier this week, and things were a little bit out of alignment physically in my spine. So thankfully it was very minimal, but again, it just goes to show, if you're doing something for prolonged periods of time or repetitively, how much it can affect things. So again, all that to say, just the importance of like moving your body and like breaking up the energies and getting the energy moving around, so again, that we can be bringing in fresh energy, positive energy, releasing all the negative, all the lower vibrational things. So again, I just feel like that was something that just keeps coming up for me as well. Sorry, there was so much. I'm gonna forget something. So I've had like some weird things, like where I've been trying to like work with my decks a little bit more, my oracle decks, and I'm teaching myself tarot as well, but I don't feel that's like a whole nother ball game. So I do that for myself, but I'm not at a point where I want to bring that in yet to readings, that I'm always in amazement when I watch tarot readers, and I love tarot, and it's so fascinating, but I'm not to that point yet. But so I've been working like with the different decks and things that I have of my own, but the last couple days, there were times like where like I wasn't getting a message from the deck, and I didn't feel drawn to like look at the bottom of the deck or like split the deck or any of that kind of stuff. So I just took it as, okay, well, you know, I'll just move along to the next one and see if there was a message there. So again, just trusting in it. But there was I was working with the Magical Spirit Oracle, and again, I was kind of getting that where like I just kept kind of like shuffling through a couple times, and I was like, okay, like anything, and then I heard, you are magic, you are the magic. So, you know, I kind of just like, at that point, I think I split the deck, and there was there was actually the magic card, which was number 8, and it says, I'm not underestimating my own magic anymore. Power, beginnings, and transformation. And then on the other side was number 27, which was a 9, and that was harmony. May sweet and soft things find you. Ease, inner child, and softness. So, again, I was just kind of going off of how I felt, and so then I went to my inner child oracle deck. And now I don't remember. I don't think I wrote down what I actually pulled from that. Now I'm having a brain fart, and I didn't write that part down yesterday. The other thing is I also, at the bottom of the, I believe it was my Green Witch Oracle. No, I'm not remembering. I'm sorry which deck it was, but it was there was wisdom in the trees, and I know I've pulled that one before. And again, I thought to myself, like, go hug a tree, and I don't know if maybe sometimes you feel like you just want to go hug a tree. So I encourage you, if you feel like that, go hug a tree. I know I just sit and like daydream about the trees in California, like those giant sequoia, like the redwood trees. I went years ago and got to experience them, and like I still daydream about them sometimes. And I know that they have their own vibrations and energy. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get to California again sooner than later. But also the tree like in the backyard, sorry. I'm just always so drawn to that tree, and I just like, so again, all that to say, you know, do your grounding work, get out in nature. We are so disconnected from nature most of the time. And you know, I had mentioned it before in I think another reading about just like being in balance with the cycle, like the natural cycles of Earth and the universe, and just getting back in alignment with those things, and just look at like all the little things around us, especially now, like just like walk around your yard, or if you don't have a yard, walk around the neighborhood or go to a park, and it's just like all these, like all the buds and all the green popping up from the ground, the bulbs, the weeds, the dandelions, all those things, all the birds. I've been obsessed with a bird feeder with a camera on it, and it's like that's what I do to like decompress. And I just like look, I'm like, oh, who visited the bird feeder today? So it's just the little things that they bring so much joy, and that's, you know, how we can keep raising up our vibrations. If we focus on all the bad stuff, it's not to say that we're like ignoring the bad stuff by any means. There's always going to be bad things. There's always going to be you know, things that hurt and don't feel good, and even the transformation, and that is painful. And that actually I pulled just before I started recording, I had pulled again from the Magical Spirit Oracle. I don't know why I guess it's a nervous thing that I always pull in my ear when I'm recording, so I'm sorry, I'll be better about that. But so this was the Breaking into Bloom card, and I know it's got a weird sometimes you will break before you bloom. And if you look, she's got a rose coming from her third eye, and the rose has an eye, so it's her third eye. Also, the tree at the top caught my attention again, because I had, you know, I had come up about the like go hug a tree, or there's wisdom in the trees. This was card 29, 11, and then that would be a 2. Time, liberation, and understanding. There's also 2 hourglasses on either side. Again, just with the timing thing, I think sometimes we just want to go right to the next thing, and we don't want to wait it out, or you know, we just want things to like happen, but we need time. We need to spend time working on ourselves, working on different things, to get ourselves back in alignment. And I also, again, not even planned, but this also just caught my attention. I'm drinking my kombucha, which I drink like 1 a day, but I just got this at the store the other day, and it caught my attention because I'm like, oh, it's got just the colors on it, and I always grab the ones that I haven't tried yet. This is a spring edition. It's very good, by the way, if you like kombucha. It has elderberry, jasmine, and violet. And again, this is like her hands are out, and there's a butterfly, and it says bloom. Again, so I just feel like we are blooming. You're blooming into something beautiful, and this is the transformation period. Like we're not butterflies yet. We're in that, maybe we're beyond a caterpillar, maybe we're in the cocoon, the chrysalis stage, where we're doing like the inner work, and we're preparing for the transformation. But even that can be uncomfortable when the time comes. Anytime that there's going to be transitions. And just heard a crow there. I don't know if you heard that. Yeah, and just, you know, reminder about the cards that I got last night, the pause, the catch your breath, the take a breather. Again, just a reminder that even if you're not doing a lot physically, the emotional and mental, spiritual, whatever, or the misalignment can be just as exhausting, if not more, than the physical fatigue. So again, we just have to, you know, take care of yourself, not just physically, not just what you're putting into your body or around your body. That could also be people. You know, this is a time where we might have to cut people off, or cut things off, or let go of things. Again, I talked about the clutter, but it could be other things, that it's this period of kind of shedding to prepare us for what's coming. So I'm just going to, I didn't really have a plan, I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of my brain dump that I've been sitting with for a few days, and I will see if anything else comes out. Like I said, that was from the Magical Spirit Oracle that I had pulled before this started. I kind of feel drawn to the Green Witch's Oracle deck, so I will see if and I had already pre-shuffled. We'll see if anything else comes out. But I hope everybody is feeling some hope. Like there's light at the end of the tunnel, that, you know, spring is finally coming. This moon coming up, again, I'm fascinated by astrology. It is not something that I'm not a professional in any way. But I do like to learn about it, and I do kind of pay attention to things, and being a water sign, being Cancer, I am ruled by it. We all are, but my fellow Cancerians will know what I'm talking about, that we very much are impacted by the moon phases and cycles. But this new moon is especially important for, again, just intention setting. If you're not sure what that means, or you're not sure what you want, you have a few days to figure that out. But really, highly suggest kind of just sitting with yourself on Sunday under the new moon. The new moon, you won't see it. New moons are not visible, but it's there. Yeah, so one did fall out. Let me see what we got. But now's the time to really put out what you want, what your intentions are, and work on manifesting. Work on, again, like I said before, it's not just you think it and boom, you get it. It's, you know, again, aligning, doing the work, putting in the work, and whatever planning or preparations need to happen to make it happen, and then the universe will do the rest. It's just we have to make sure that we're vibrating and our energy is where it needs to be. And if it's not, now's the time to be working on that, so that we can receive all that we are going to be receiving. So we got the Harvest card. Sorry. Again, there's a big old moon there. And it says determination and hard work. So I'm going to just read this one because I'm not sure, and then we'll probably just leave it there. I think I have a couple minutes left. Random, but if like I said, I went for a yoga class this morning, and it was great, and I'm working on being more consistent with my practice as well. But we did some stomping today, and it seems so silly. And I mean, I don't have human children, so maybe those with kids do this more often, but it's not something that I do regularly. But it was actually super relaxing, and like it was totally like, it was so good. Like, I don't know how, I can't even like put my words together. And I feel like anytime I am recording, like, I forget words and I feel like I don't know how to speak, so I apologize. But again, if anyone maybe needs to hear that try stomping it out, like one foot and then the other, and like whatever that looks like. Just, again, I feel like just breaking up the energy and moving our bodies, whatever that looks like to you, if that's working out with weights, or if it's running or swimming or whatever. This one's always hard because it's not in alphabetical order. So I apologize. And I really hope that the sound is not too terrible. Ah, okay, towards the back. Okay, so harvest. Determination and hard work. The card's meaning. Harvest time means hard work. It's time to reap the results of sowing and tending. and that usually means a lot of effort concentrated in a short period of time. This time can be just as exhausting as when you sowed your seeds, but it is necessary part of the successful growing season. Sometimes you might think that it's all about sitting back and enjoying the fruits of your labor. It's important to appreciate your success, but don't lose your way. The Harvest card directs you to collect your bounty, to recognize your blessings, and to not stop working too early. You're almost there, but you still have things to see through. Work to recoup the energy you previously invested. And as a reflection, if you're interested, are you burning out because of too much hard work too quickly? How can you give yourself support as you reap the bounty of your efforts? And this was on page 127. So that would be a 10, so 1. Yeah, I'm actually, let me see if I got a couple more minutes. I'm just going to see if anything comes out from the Nature's Whispers deck. Like I said, I don't really have a plan, just going with whatever comes out. I hope everybody's been having good weather too. It's cloudy today, but it was still in like the 40s, 50s this morning when I was out and about. I've kind of been back in the house now this afternoon, but $31, $38 there. I apologize. It's again is a really big deck. It doesn't always work out very well, and it's awkward in my hands. This one, like I said, because I've worked with it so much, maybe Spirit is guiding me to work with my other decks a little bit more, but I haven't been getting as many come out, and sometimes I'm drawn to look at the bottom, and then other times not so much, but we'll see. $33.03. Okay. We got the Amplify Your Positive Emotions, number 7. She's like a little fairy girl walking in the stream. Very pretty. I'll go ahead and read it. These are very short, so let me see what this says. Amplify your positive emotions. There is a ripple effect of energy flowing from you. Be positive. Simply staying happy and sending that happiness out from your heart will benefit those around you. As you adjust your motives and attitudes, this energy flows from you in concentric circles, affecting all of your desires and beliefs. There is a chance to bring good fortune and influences to all of the events in your life. As circles also represent cycles, know that you are continually growing in and out of cycles, growing and changing. You're continually going in and out of cycles, growing and changing. With every ending comes a new beginning. Trust that the positive energy you radiate will attract what you wish for. And I think I will leave it there. Again, I hope everyone has a great weekend. Let me know if you're doing anything special for the new moon, if there's any kind of rituals or anything that you like to do. You don't have to share your intention, but if anyone would like to. But yeah, I hope everyone has a great weekend. I hope we have some good weather. And I will catch you on the next one.